From a young age, we're told surprises of in any sort are a good thing. For example, a birthday party, your 8-year-old birthday party, that you get thrown a surprise birthday party and you didn't even know that three of your friends were going to show up. Or on Easter, you go downstairs and see you were paid a visit by the good old Easter bunny. Or you look under your pillow and realize that your tooth turned into a $20 bill. But there are some bad surprises out there, and today we're going to be revealing a really, really bad one. That's right, it's another text thread video. We're covering a creep who delivered the worst surprise ever. Some backstory to this fairy tale is these two went on a date like 4 months ago. They went on one date 4 months ago, and then they didn't see each other ever again after that. So they just went completely blank. They didn't speak after this one date. But 4 months down the line, he reappears in her text messages. Just like a fairy tale that we all used to read before we went to bed. He starts off by saying, "Honey, put your shoes on." She says, "Why?" "Just trust me. Tell me when they're on." "No, I'm all suspicious now." You should be suspicious if somebody just starts texting you out of nowhere, months after you cut contact with them, saying put your shoes on. And then he adds to the creepiness saying, "I want you to do something for me." That is very creepy. She says, "What?" He says, "Are they on?" "Maybe." "Put them on, babe," with a heart. Calling someone babe after not talking to them for this long is very creepy and comes off like stalker vibes a little bit. Like you should stay clear of someone that's talking like this. She then says, "Okay, they're on. Now, go for a little walk out front and look up at the sky." This immediately should be setting off red flags. Like this girl should be expecting to get zip tied, handcuffed, and thrown in the back of a van or something and shipped off to China. So whatever he's saying to do, she should probably do the exact opposite of at this moment. But they continue on. She says, "I can't. My neighbor will talk to me." So trying to get out of the unskippable cutscene that she's about to go through. So then she says back, implying that maybe they could meet behind their house or something out the back door. He then says, "Has to be the front. You can't see at the back angle." So obviously he knows where her house is and knows like which direction her house is facing months after dropping her off there. So that's already weird. She then says, "How do you know where my house is facing?" Very valid question. "I dropped you off, remember? It's worth it, I promise." She then says, "Do you remember where I live? I'm looking out the front window." So she's sketched out, obviously, because she doesn't know the guy really, and somehow he knows where she lives. Like he just has that on his mind, in his memory, where she lives and like what direction her house is facing. So he says, "Yeah, of course, all I had was kombucha that night." "Babe, you can't see from the inside." This comes across like she's trying to lure her outside, so stay away from this. She then says, "I didn't think you'd remember a random house." "The sun?" "Are you outside? You'll know it when you see it." I can see the sunset." "Please go outside. It's better than just the sunset." Better than just the sunset? I am very skeptical about that. It kind of seems like she's going to go outside to a white van and she's going to get thrown in the back of it. So then she says through the blinds where the neighbors can't strike up a conversation, then just says no, like she doesn't want to go outside, obviously. Great call. So she sends a picture of the sun, I'm guessing. You can't really see the picture. But then she says, "Stunning." He says, "You have to trust me." "I won't." You shouldn't trust him. Good call. You should not be trusting this guy at all. Obviously, he's crazy and is acting a weird way. Stay away from him. He's probably going to be unhinged. "It's worth it. It's beautiful like you. I wish we could view it together. But go outside." Then she says a very stern no. Like, at this point, he should just call it quits. Like, he's already, obviously, I'm just going to throw this out here. Maybe a crazy accusation. I'm assuming she knows that you're probably there. She's probably assuming that you're standing outside her house right now or waiting on her or something. So at this point, you should be running through this scenario of what is actually going to play out here if she does step outside, or, the fact that she's saying no, she doesn't want to step outside. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you know where my house is? Like, obviously she's letting you know through her words, like blatant words, how she feels about you. And at this point, you should be running it through your head and being like, maybe I shouldn't be here. Maybe I shouldn't be stalking this girl's house. I think it really comes down to this guy watching too many rom-coms where like these two people go on a date and then they cut off ties, and then months later they reconnect, and then they live happily ever after. Like that, he's assuming that's what's gonna happen here, but obviously this is real life and he's stalking this lady. So stay clear, I would say, from this crazy man. And she's obviously trying to do that by telling him straight up, no, like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to, like, I can see the sunset. I'm not stepping outside. I don't want to talk to my neighbors. Like, stuff like that should be blatant to him that she doesn't want to meet with him or see whatever he wants to see. So after she says no, he says, you have to look towards the shopping center direction. Then she says, is it a proposal in the sky? That's honestly what I was thinking this whole time, like where he's like, you have to look up at the sky whenever you go outside. So I was thinking maybe you'd fly by on one of those planes with like a big banner behind it saying like, will you marry me? Or something like that. Something of the sorts. Like, it seems very creepy the way he's putting all this. So then he says, it's something, trust me. Then she asks, are you stalking me? He doesn't even acknowledge that. He just says, it's good, I promise. So doesn't really deny the stalking. That should be another red flag. She says, are you trying to kidnap me? He says, a little bit of Reddit humor here. He says, that's a good idea actually, but not today. That's hilarious, you know, funny little joke to have in there. Real tip of the fedora here, you know. Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should kidnap you, but not right now. Not right now, dude. She says, sure is starting to feel like I'm going to be pushed inside a van. Exactly what I said. Then he says, babe, hurry. Calling her babe and then sending the 3 little hearts. Then she says, tell me what you're talking about, lol. If you don't, it's coming to you. That's really bad. That's really alarming, saying it's the surprise is coming to you if you don't want to see it, or if you do, you're gonna see the surprise. I don't know what he thought that was gonna do, saying the surprise is coming to you. Like, that is a threat. That is scary. So she says that's legit scary. Then he says, sweetie, it's all good, or I'll tell you. Don't be mad. I drove up to see you. Big surprise, big surprise right there. That's crazy. He actually drove up to see her, like, wow. So she says, I hope you're joking. He says, I'm at the shopping center. Come over and see me. You're joking. I'm serious. I wanted to see you and give you a hug. Ugh. She says, why not ask me? Then he says, because you always say no, but I think you need a hug. He knows what she needs more than she knows what she needs. And he knows that she needs a hug from him. He's the woman expert here. He knows exactly what she wants from him. She's been thinking the whole 4 or 5 months that they hadn't been talking. This whole time, he knew that she just wanted a hug this whole time. He's been on her mind this whole time. So then she says, if you thought I'd say no, why trick me into coming out? Exactly. Like, he was trying to trick her into walking outside of her apartment when she was blatantly saying, no, I don't want to walk outside my apartment. So he says, I wanted to surprise you. Aw. Aw, that changes things. Aw. Just a cute little surprise. Cute little surprise. You knew I wouldn't like it, though. Please don't come over here. You would once you see me. Come over, please. Please stop. I'm kind of scared. I'm coming to knock on your door and say hi. I'm telling you no. Go away. Do not come here. I'm so serious. Leave or I'll call the police. This is game. Saying that you're going to show up even if she doesn't want you there, that's game. That's what you should be doing if you want a girl. She says, no, I'm going to call the police. And you say, I'm coming to knock on your door. That might be the method, guys. So then, presumably, he, shows up and he starts knocking on her door and he says, please say hi, sweetie, with a heart. Then she says, never contact me again. I'm calling the cops. And the story ends off. She wrote a whole paragraph about this story. So basically, her dad was there. And he basically just ran him off. Like, he opened the door and was like, hey, you get out of here, Buster. Quit talking to my daughter. Get out of here, man. And he just left. Like, he ran away, all scared. So that's where the story ends off. So, we'll never really know what happened. If he came back, if he got arrested, there's been no follow-ups or anything. So I'm assuming it's all okay. But who knows? We can make up our own stories in our own head. Like, who's to say he didn't come back with some flowers and she changed her mind, I'm assuming that's not what happened. But one can dream. Alright, guys. that's it for the video. I really hope you guys like these new text thread videos that I'm making. They've been getting more views than my regular videos. I really like making these. These are really fun to make. So leave a like, drop a comment of like if you liked the video or not, or like something funny you thought was, or something you thought was funny in the video, or you can just subscribe because I'm going to be posting more videos like this. But that's about it for today. So do all the things. Discord, TikTok are in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. See you later.